You wake up to sunlight and a notification. Your phone vibrates like a pulse. You rub sleep from your eyes. You read a number and your brain does a double take. 1 billion.00. You think it's a dream. You refresh. The balance stares back like a dare. Silence floods the room. Every small sound sharpens. The apartment is the same. The coffee cup is the same. You are not. You laugh once. It sounds ridiculous. You call the bank. They put you on hold. Elevator music fills the space between disbelief and decision. A human answers. They confirm your name. They confirm the balance. Your chest opens and then tightens. You hang up because you need air. You step outside. The city keeps moving. Birds don't notice currency. You realize nothing changes until you choose it to. You pocket your phone like a weapon. Level 2, you test boundaries. You transfer $5 to your wallet. It goes through instant. You try a larger transfer. 10,000, no flags. Your heartbeat is a drum roll. You call a lawyer you once met at a fundraiser. They ask questions you don't have answers for. How did this happen? They ask if you're ready. You don't know what ready means. The lawyer says words with consequence: verification, tax implications, trust, liquidity. You imagine everything you own overnight vaporized or amplified. You pace. You decide to keep it secret for now. Secrecy feels like armor. You think about who you could tell. You think about who you must not tell. You change your voicemail message to a neutral, calm tone. You sleep for 30 minutes, not because you're tired, because you need to believe this in a different sense. When you wake, reality has not yet adjusted. Level 3, you map immediate threats: identity theft, scammers, family expectations, old partners, journalists with too sharp teeth. You hire a small, ruthless team, a security consultant, a discreet accountant, an estate lawyer who smells of paper and iron. They arrive in shadow and efficiency. They ask you what you want. You don't have a script. You have impulses. You want a new phone. You want to secure the house. You want to erase debt. You want to help people, but you can't yet articulate how. The security consultant recommends silence. Fortify your digital life. Change passwords. Enable multi-factor authentication. Quit social apps for a few days. You cancel a handful of recurring subscriptions and a little voice cheers. The accountant whispers about tax brackets and audits. They say billionaire like it's a legal entity. You sign paperwork you barely understand. You stop to look at your reflection. There is no costume, just you, slightly older, slightly stranger. Level 4, the world begins to bend. You test your new gravity. You book a private flight to escape the curiosity of neighbors. The cabin smells like leather and possibility. You close your eyes and imagine your life reframed. You land in a city where doors open differently. You walk into a boutique hotel and are greeted by a name tag with your name. It feels intoxicating and hollow at once. You stand at a bar and conversations shift. People watch you as currency as much as person. You order something expensive to measure the reaction. No one blinks. You realize extravagance is wallpaper now. You make impulsive purchases because you can. An expensive watch, a sports car, they are immediate dopamine. They are short films with quick endings. You call your parents. Their voice trembles and then steadies into congratulations. You ask them what they need. They say, nothing but stability. You promise stability. The promise feels bigger than the phone call. Level 5. The ripple grows, old friends text, some with warmth, some with agendas. Your inbox becomes a magnet. Requests arrive like gulls, charities, old colleagues, a former partner asking for rent, a message from an estranged sibling. This one hurts. You feel guilty, defensive, tired. You are no longer simply yourself. You are an influence. You are a decision node that can reroute other people's lives. You meet with a philanthropic advisor. They draw a map of causes: education, climate, health. You feel drawn to fix everything. But even fixers must triage. You choose one pilot project. You fund a school. The photos come back. Bright faces, paint still wet on the walls. You watch them and something in you unclenches. Money moves faster than systems, but it cannot buy time. Level 6. Now the trade-offs appear. Publicity arrives like weather. A journalist sniffing for a narrative finds you. Your first statement goes viral. Voices cheer, voices accuse. A pundit accuses you of tax tricks. Someone alleges you've bought influence. You defend yourself on a stage you didn't audition for. People you never met expect answers. You realize power invites mirrors. Power shows you the things you ignored. You are confronted with your own values. You are forced to decide what you will stomach to achieve outcomes. A politician asks for a donation. A scientist asks for funding without guarantees. You weigh outcomes and optics. Your team advises caution. Your conscience prefers speed. You sleep less. You learn that money behaves like a language. How you spend it speaks loudly. Level 7. Evening falls and you stand on a balcony. You look at the city, tiny lights like promises. You think of the people you could be. Abundance does not come with a manual, it comes with questions. Who are you beneath the ledger? You remember a childhood teacher who said, "What you do echoes." You decide to build institutions, not just moments. You create a foundation with governance that survives you. You hire people smarter than you. You set guardrails, transparency, accountability, measurable goals. You start slow and you measure. You give power away in controlled measures. Your reputation begins to crystallize, not as a collector of trophies, but as a maker of systems. You sleep for real now, briefly. Morning arrives. You check your balance. It is still there. Less mystic, more tool. You feel different, less frantic, more deliberate. You call the first project manager. Your voice is steady. You say start. You hang up and look out again. There will be crises. There will be lawsuits. There will be people who love you and people who want what you have. There will be moments of doubt. There will also be small, undeniable impacts. A child who reads for the first time because of a library you funded, a town with clean water, a scientist whose lab stayed open. You discover a peculiar truth. Giving can be as addictive as buying. It creates meaning in ways money alone cannot. You begin to understand the architecture of influence. You are not omnipotent, you are a steward. You realize stewardship is a practice. It demands humility. It demands courage. It demands patience. Days will pass. You will learn to say no. You will learn to say yes faster when it matters. You will be tested. You will change other people's lives and they will change you back. Final scene, you stand in mirror light. You see a person who has choices. You see someone who will shape systems. You whisper to yourself, not everything that glitters helps the world. You step away from the balcony. You put on shoes meant for long walks. You lock the door behind you with intention. You walk into a life where every decision has weight. You do not have all the answers, but you have currency and finally a plan. You begin. Fade out.